Lovelies. We're here today with Golden Axe 2. I'm leaving it on default difficulty, but I did give my life meter a little bump. It starts off at 3. It lets you set it up to 5. I'm not as good at this as Golden Axe, or Streets of Rage. I said that in the Golden Axe 1 video. Although I think I'm a little better at this one than Golden Axe 1, but... So, what do we want to say? It's like normal minus if you give yourself a little bit more health. You can also give yourself less health. So you can make hard mode even harder. But as before, with Streets of Rage 2, playing with the peak controller, still fighting for breast cancer awareness. With more glamorous ladies of Sega. One of the most classic Sega ladies of all, Tyris Flare. Kicking ass like it's 1991. Which it should be. Especially for, like, what is it, a 4 megabit cartridge? Like, music is incredible. This game can still fight pretty dirty, but it's slightly less cheap than Golden Axe 1. So, to get it out of the way, so I don't forget, I'm repeating myself a little bit insofar as, it's kind of a similar situation to Golden Axe 1 and Streets of Rage 2, but even more so, like, I didn't get to play this game at all in the 90s. This was another one that my former best friends played, and then we replayed once this game got a re-release on 7th gen systems. So for those who have watched all my videos, and that, again, that's fine. I don't mind repeating myself occasionally. My family didn't get a Genesis until 1992. This is one of those releases that just passed me by, and like, I remember seeing, like, there's a screenshot of it on one of my posters that I've had since a kid. But Golden Axe 2 just did not get a lot of coverage, and unlike the first game, it didn't get a reprint. It wasn't part of any multi-carts back in the day. And for being, like, one of Sega's classic exclusive franchises, the games did not get a lot of marketing. It's pretty sad. At least not compared to, obviously, Sonic, but even, like, Streets of Rage, Echo, and, like, a bunch of other exclusives at the time. Then, of course, Golden Axe 3 comes along and doesn't even get a physical release in America, which is, like, so... I at least knew of this game, but I didn't even know there was a third game until much, much later. Because, of course, we didn't have Sega Channel or anything like that either, so... But, since this is at least the third video where I've mentioned my former best friend, and played a lot of Golden Axe and Streets of Rage with him. Hey. Let me have my beast. So what's the story there? I know. Well, we originally met just by being part of the same band. It was kind of a friend of a friend situation. And I was super reclusive back in those days, but he was like, I'm determined to be your friend. Like, he basically said so in so many terms, and like... And... Of course, being in the same band made it easy to be pals, but... even when the band ended up retiring, we stayed good friends, and... It's one of those things where, I don't know if you've ever had a friend or family member in your life where you kinda know they've got some problematic views about certain things in life and certain groups of people, but you kinda overlook it, because they're like, well, you know, they're good-hearted, maybe they're just, like, ignorant about this one thing, but it's like... When you ended up getting included in that one thing years later... Something where they have no tolerance or willingness to understand. It's like nah, brah, like, I'm part of the queer umbrella. Like, it's... we all should have known this. I tried to salvage it, but there was no going back, so... might as well just use it. I've practiced this a few times, but I already forgot, like, the optimal magic usage strategy, but oh well. It's fine. I don't need to be a munchkin. Give me all your magic. Give me. I know, like, the levels and the music in Golden Axe 1 are more iconic, like, more people are gonna remember, like, Turtle Village and, you know, the wilderness music in that game. But by the gods, this game has such a glorious soundtrack. It's beautiful. I would have loved this as a kid. Again, it's one of those things, like, I think back to, like, Blockbuster and, like, Video Town, I think was the other one we rented from a lot. Again, like, I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing Streets of Rage 2 there, and I certainly don't remember seeing Golden Axe outside of when it became part of the Genesis 6-pack. Like, I don't know if it was one of those things where it just so happens that in my part of the world, it got a limited supply for rental. I don't know. I mean, it was true that, like, not for all areas of my country, but I do think there wasn't a ton of Genesis distribution until games like Sonic the Hedgehog blew up. And a lot of the sports games as well really took off, and really got a lot of stores thinking like, oh, we really need to wrap up our Sega presence. It's not just Nintendo's game anymore. But, you know, also, it's not like I committed the catalogs of the rental stores to memory, and, you know. being such a Sonic fangirl, like, you know, when we walked into department stores, I was probably blinded to anything that wasn't Sonic, Streets of Rage, Columns, like the games that I, like, immediately fell in love with. So. And of course, you know, I've got an issue of Sega Visions again. Like, I'm trying to rebuild my collection, but on the cheap. So gradually. But I'm looking at this, the back of the issue, and there's this whole freaking page full of kick-ass games you could order directly from Sega, and some of them are as cheap as $20. We're talking, like, brand new copies direct from Sega. And I don't know why. It never occurred to me to be like, hey mom, look at this! Like, you probably could have gotten some games cheaper that way than relying on the department stores. Oh well. It just killed me too, because some of the prices of games like Elysia Dragoon compared to what they are now, I'm like, ugh. The current resale market for retro games is, like, full of scoundrels and scumbags. It's like, I know there's some people that would be like, you're just mad that you can't build a collection cheaply like you could back in the day. Well, it's like, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of that, but it's like, you know, you got this massive group of people, they're just greedy assholes, and they're getting in the way of fun. It's like, the developers aren't getting any money from this, so, you know, why does Giga Chad 420 deserve, you know, like, triple or quadruple the amount of money the game went for MSRP? When it was new in shrink wrap and wasn't touched by a bunch of, you know, dude bros with Dorito dust and, you know, Mountain Dew sticky fingers. Oh well. The other cool thing I really like about this versus Gold Max 1 is, you can choose how much magic you use. So the first one, it was all or nothing. That could be problematic. It's a little bit more strategery in this one. And the skeletons, they still suck, but they're not nearly as much of a pain in the ass as in the first game. Don't make me regret saying that, because we're recording. You're not cool like Mr. Bones either, so just knock it off. Stay down. God, like the sword and sorcery music is so good. Like, the drums are incredible. Don't deny the snazzy of that. And unfortunately, this is one of the few levels that has, like, any kind of cool background effects. Like, Golden Axe definitely deserved more, like, background effects, scrolling, parallax, like... Like, if we had gotten a cartridge size on this, like, close to or the same as Streets of Rage 2, like, ooh, this would have been incredible. Yeah. Hey, that is mine. Give him here. How did that not hit him? This game. Sometimes. No, no, no. My beasts. Not yours. That's right. You get stuck on that wall. Now it's your turn. To be burned by a monster. And then we'll just pretend you got cut in half. Oh, shit. Let's see if I can save my last pathetic little life on this continue. Oh, I actually did. Yay, mutton. Yay, bread. Whole loaf of bread. Just give it up. Give it up. It's a long, red-hot cave. Ah, the drops are even better. Dare you evade my incredibly acrobatic sword attack? How dare you interrupt my backflip? Damn. I've had enough of you guys already. Taking away everything I got back from my loaves of bread. And my mutton. In stereo. Nice. Come on in, buddy. Water's fine. New villain, but his lackeys aren't any smarter. Peace. Ah, shit. Ow! I want... Give me my dragon. Ah, damn it. Oh. There's the first one. That was satisfying. Such a Genesis effect. That was not. Come on. Surely I pitched you enough, okay. The real battles just started. Well, what was I doing up till now? Devastating. I wouldn't keep using this move over and over if he didn't always run at me over and over. See, that's what happens, because there's no quick dodge, so... Alright. See you in the next game. Not. Oh, I failed to mention it until now. I don't normally put multiple region cover arts in the presentation. I usually do it just for the region that I happen to be playing, but the Japanese Mega Drive Golden Axe 2 cover art is just unbelievably awesome, so I wanted to show it off. Like, I don't feel compelled to collect Genesis and Mega Drive versions of everything that I like in my library, but Golden Axe might be the exception. I'm like, the cover art is so damn good in every region, and it's always different. Like, even Golden Axe 3, even though it did not get a physical release here, it did have artwork commission for what would have been the Genesis version. And it's spectacular, and then the Mega Drive version is spectacular. It's like, oh my gosh. had enough of you. Okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Whoa, denied. Yeah, I should have used some magic on the blue minotaurs, but I know that now. You guys suck. Unacceptable. Oh, come on. Oh, they rolled out the red carpet for me, at least. Tyris is a babe. She deserves it. I mean, my girl got gained since Skull Max 1. Hate that. There's no way to get out of a combo once they start one on you. Again, I think unless you're in co-op, I think your buddy can break you out of it. It's 2. Yeah, take that. This looks familiar. That's a pretty cool, like, reflection effects they pull off in this floor here. Ow. Damn it. That's my attack. Get your own. It does feel an awful lot like the Deathbringer fight in Golden Axe 1, but not quite as cheap. Oh, I got him with the skeleton throw. Alright, so I would have to do the math. Like, would I still have one then? Because I still had one continue left. So I might still have one if I hadn't boosted my health. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I still call that a victory. There, yeah, there was Golden Axe 2. Well, I guess I'll eventually have to try it on hard then. But we'll see. When I come back to games and try it harder difficulty, like, it'll be a different style of video. It's like, probably just gameplay only. Because I don't want it to be too repetitive of a... if you want to be a repeat watcher. But, regardless of whether this was your first video on my channel, or the 10th, or whatever, I thank you for watching, I thank you for joining the journey. I hope you were entertained. And stay mega driven, stay excellent to each other, party on, and have an awesome-tacular weekend. Laters.